Are you going for this, not many tourists, or are you going for this one, which is one of the wonders of the world?
I need to get used to my new equipment. What is my new equipment? This little thingy, the microphone. On the video I was using the microphone and I had everything well plugged, but I needed another plug and I didn't know. So it did not work. And yeah, I tested before in a shop, but it was really quiet and then I found out with the wind. Anyway, what I wanted to do is, do you want to go to the Machu Picchu or do you want to go to the Choquequirao? Or maybe both. 5 days of walking, 3 days of walking. A lot of difference in the altitude, not so much as that one.
So basically, towards Machu Picchu, it was quite a search to find how to get to the right places. So tour companies, they offer, of course, tours, but also trips towards Pampa. But there's a cheaper option, which I'm gonna try. It's like, they call it a colectivo. It's a little bus towards Monepata. There you need to step out. People taking breakfast there. And from there, walking uphill. From there, you're gonna go take a bus or a taxi. I have no idea, I will see. Towards Pampa, or you can walk. I forgot to add. So if you want to have the bus towards Molapata, there's on Google Maps. There's this thing that calls Bus to Malapata. So that's how you find it.
So we've just been jumped off the cab and now you see horses crossing with equipment. So if you book a tour, you can be lucky. Oh, I got bumped by one. You can be lucky by the horses that carry your stuff. So we didn't do that. We're carrying our stuff, like my backpack, completely packed. I think 30% is food, 30% is clothes, and then some extra stuff that I need down the road. And we are really close to Pampa, where we're gonna stay, and there we're gonna go walk towards the lake, the Humantay lake, and from there we're gonna walk back to sleep. And tomorrow is gonna be apparently quite a tough hike uphill. The altitude will kill us again, as we had many times before.
I'm gonna tell you a small story. So basically I don't like cold showers. I arrived yesterday in the hostel which I had a reservation for, and then they didn't tell me that they didn't have hot showers. They told me before I went to the shower it's gonna be hot, but it didn't. Sometimes this happens and I really hate cold showers. I rather go into a cold bath than a cold shower, and either I don't do that. But they told me as well that when I arrived at 6 o'clock in the evening, like, hey, do you want a shower? Yeah, of course I want to shower. It's gonna be closing at 6, so there's no water after that. I was like, okay. So they said, we can wait for you, and then after that we close the water. It was so weird because it's 6 o'clock in the evening. If you want to cook, if you want to, like, they put on a jerry gun, but what an experience. So if you want to flush the toilet, you need to take this bucket of water from somewhere else in the hostel, and then just walk towards the toilet with that bucket and flush your stuff away. Yeah, Latin America, it's different.
So basically I didn't squeeze in a workout in 5 days, and mentally that's hard for me. So I brought one resistance band, which I'm not using actually, because I have all the stuff I need. And I'm doing just some handstand press for the flange. I'm just doing some basic stuff that is related to the skills I want to keep maintaining. I will not do a really heavy training since I have 4 days left of walking. Tomorrow is gonna be more or less 8 hours walking, and it's gonna be, the altitude is gonna be around 4,600. So I don't want to train myself that hard. So I'm recovered for sure tomorrow. I don't know how I still sleep as well.
Bring enough food on the trek, because otherwise it will be a lot of snacks, which is fine as well if you like that. But the trek does not offer always lunch apparently.
Day 2 just arrived in the sun. Walking up, we have to go 300 meters more. Then we are at 4,600. And they say it's not the hardest part going up. It's going down, sometimes steep, not an easy road, so we will see. But I want to do an extra stop, which I saw on Google Maps. That's me zooming in on Google Maps, seeing stuff. So I saw a small little lake, which I want to add extra to the route. So I hope I can find the right trek. And this morning was really funny. We needed to be awake at, no, the breakfast was at 5:30. We didn't have any option. Breakfast, like just bread, some corn in water, how do you call it? I don't know, like oat style. And that was basically, and an egg. That was the breakfast. But I asked for extra eggs because I know protein and I want to have my protein. I brought some protein powder, by the way, because it's hard to do on these treks to have your protein intake. I want to achieve at least the amount that I need to keep my body normally functioning, which is between 0.8 and 1 per kilogram per body weight per day. That's what I want to reach at least, but I think I can reach more. So I asked for 3 boiled eggs for now on the road, which I'm gonna eat at the lake if I find it. So there's no route towards the lake. I hope I can find the lake. I'm quite off track. The trek is there. Funny thing is walking between 7 and 9 hours, and I'm gonna do an extra part. Oh, mental. I arrived at the lake. Not today. Google Maps. And now I have to go back towards the path. I want to go straight. I need to go back, kind of, because that looks more safe. So after the lake, I was expecting to see my buddy again. So I had lunch on a spot that I was like, we're gonna cross this anyway because everybody's taking the same route. But it took me too long. So I joined a few others from the hostel where I was staying the first night, which was nice. Dropped them off now at their hostel. Gonna continue to another hostel which someone recommended to me. It was Rasmus from my video in Rio. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Anyway, how does this feel? I'm walking on barefoot shoes, which people are surprised about. And I'm like, yeah, since I'm walking on barefoot shoes, my ankles became stronger, my feet became stronger, and I can handle this. So you must imagine the kilometers that I'm walking every day. So basically we walk now for 8 hours in a row, few stops, not much. I really like it like that. It's just a short stop if you want to rest and then continue. Anyway, I feel that my feet on the soles are a bit like, hey, you had enough impact from the stones, but it's not really sore, I would say. So I'm really happy how this is feeling for me. Means like my feet are well trained for the barefoots. And yeah, why the barefoots? I told you in Bariloche are part of it. And how do they look? I don't have the ones with the 5 toes, what a lot of people think about barefoot. They are more modern anyways these days. So if you're interested in it, make sure to check it out. Another thing I want to add is some people, they are afraid if they have a hostel or not. I'm currently walking in high season, so it just started high season here. And I didn't book this place in advance. So we will see if I can make it. And if it's necessary to book in advance or not. And then about the difficulty. The second day, which is like you need to go to a higher elevation. Yeah, it's a little bit mental to go up, but I would say it's definitely doable. But also, when we started,
it was like, yeah, it was like below or around 0 degrees because there was ice. But right now, so hot. So you need to be prepared for different type of weather circumstances. It is day 3, walking between 2 mountains with the river next to me. It's so peaceful out here, it's so quiet. Started this morning with the sweater and a jacket, my winter clothes. My jacket is a summer jacket, if you didn't know yet. So quite cold. The feet, they felt a little bit like, okay, we need to restart again. Anyway, it's going great now. Just had a little stop to grab some food. One thing you need to know if you go towards the Machu Picchu walking, take enough snacks with you, maybe some protein stuff, because like on the way it's not always easy to find a proper lunch. So make sure you have enough stuff with energy. Since you're walking a lot, you're using a lot of carbs, so fast carbs is easy. Beside that, I took an avocado this morning, so this is for the long run, really nice, have some healthy fats. I'm walking now to Lactapata, where you can stay on a place where you can see the Machu Picchu from far away. So this is amazing. So I'll see later how it will look like, of course. And then the next morning it's not so many meters anymore, like it's 5 or 6 hours more or less towards Agua Calientes. But I'm skipping then the hot springs in Santa Teresa. So what a lot of people do is they go to Lacmabamba, there they stay, they take a return with a bus towards the hot pools, and then after the hot pools they return back, they stay in Lacmabamba. So we made a little mistake while walking, so we took the wrong way, and now we want to cross back to the beautiful nature again. But let's see if this is our right. Okay, I didn't have to do anything, but right now I need to work because it stops and there's no one. We will see. So I made it. Not everything is on video, of course, but what an adventure. Now I need to pull all the guys towards this place, or they need to do the same system as me. But oh, what a joke. I love it. The way down was, we missed the path. Then when you bump into this, just simply because you want to have the amazing views. Because walking on a car road is boring. So if you're getting close to Lacmabamba, you will find many places with coffee. They're drying the beans on the soil or on nets, so you can see it where they have a really good fresh coffee. I am not into coffee. I don't like the taste, so I can't tell you if it's good, but someone else recommended me without knowing that I didn't drink coffee. My feet are getting a bit sore now. The Barefoot shoes are not in the best condition. I will show you later, but yeah, we have to keep on going. So since I decided to skip Lacmabamba and continue after that. 8 kilometers to go and then we are arriving. So usually it's really tough when you're on day 3 and on the end of the day, walking uphill all the time. And yeah, sometimes it's steep, sometimes flat, but something changed in my body. Maybe the cardio machine is started because I feel like I can just keep on going. Not faster, but I just keep on going. And the food I ate was, I think, more or less 3 hours ago. So it's not that I gained some energy from food, a bite or a drink, but I love it. I see far away, I see the lodge. I hope I will be there in 1 hour. I think it's a bit optimistic. The woman said it's gonna be 2.5 hours, more or less, depends on how fast you are. And I think I'm at more or less 1 hour now. The cardio machine went off. Holy moly. I am on track, literally, or stairway to heaven. Currently I am walking at hydroelectric, which is basically the train station. Some people get dropped off here and then walk from here towards the Machu Picchu town, or they call it Agua Calientes. And it's more or less 10 kilometers. Then I'm in the city, and I'm going to try to buy tickets for maybe today, because I left quite early at 6:30, and yeah, so I hope I can go today. Then I stay the night in Agua Calientes. Maybe I can even go to the hot springs if I can find them, and then tomorrow take the train back to Cusco. You can also go back by bus, but I heard the bus ride is really horrible. It takes a long time, and yeah, it's not really comfortable. But the train is really expensive. Nice thing to add. Yesterday I arrived at the hostel and where I was staying, and I had WhatsApp contact with them, and I wanted to share you the price difference. So basically, if I booked it through booking.com, I needed to pay 108 euros. But I WhatsApped them and I paid 22 or 23 euros. And then another tip for you: if you don't have tickets for the Machu Picchu and you want to get tickets, the office is gonna open at 3 o'clock, and yeah, then you can buy your tickets. The only good thing is I got like a reservation for buying the tickets. I can be there at 5, so I was not the first one. I can be there at 5, and then we can see what tickets are available for tomorrow. I want to have route 2, which people recommend me because you see the most. You can see it from the top and you will see it from the inside. So basically I'm all set. I have route 2, the Classico, the one I wanted, and I have my train ticket. And yeah, the train ticket is much more expensive than going by bus, but now I don't need to walk back. And I also wanted to do the train rides. I saw some videos and it looks relaxed and nice, and you're gonna go through the valley, which is also really nice to see. Finally, we're heading towards the Machu Picchu, and I'm gonna go walking upwards. After 4 days of walking, I have to admit I would like to take the bus, but I want to have the full experience. So to finish it all with walking towards the Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I can recommend you, if you didn't buy tickets for the Machu Picchu and you want to buy tickets in Agua Calientes, be as early as possible, because I could buy a ticket at 5. I had a time slot for 5 o'clock and I could take every route I wanted, but the other guys who I was walking with, they had a time slot for 8 and they couldn't choose the one that they wanted. So that would be an advice for you. Before I will be out of breath, I wanted to share you something which was a really big benefit for me during my hike. So basically, you go up and down. Going up, you need to use your front muscle of the leg, the quadriceps, and the knees. They get some pressure. But when you're going down, your knee is constantly going over your toes while walking. So I hear many people on the trek, my knees, my knees, my knees. And that's mostly because it's putting so much pressure on the knees when you're going down. So what do? I do knee over toe exercises when I'm training my legs. And I think this was really beneficial during my walks on the Salkantay Trek. So, insider's tip for you. Trying to document everything what I'm doing while traveling, and I want to share it with you. You get tips for traveling, but also for training, lifestyle stuff during your travels or at home. So I wanted to ask you, if you have any questions about it, drop it in the comments so I can get on another video, I can answer this. So, how it started from Cusco. I was like, I'm gonna sleep until I wake up, then I pack my stuff. And I mean, of course you're gonna sleep until you wake up. But I didn't put an alarm. Because I wanted to have a good sleep before I would do this walk. Anyway, then I walked towards this taxi place where the hostel owner gave me the advice. You can go to this taxi place, it's much faster. You pay a little bit extra, but yeah, you don't have to take the bus. So I did that. I needed to sit in the middle. Made me think about when I was young. My parents have 3 children. So sometimes someone needed to be in the middle. And I hated that because I have big feet and big legs. But yeah. So I think for now, the trip in the taxi was warmer than what I have right now. The sun is right on my body, but it's fine.
So, good morning. I woke up at 5 because people around me were too loud. My plan was just to wake up around 5:36-ish and then move out and go for the walk. But yeah, I started at 5:30 since I was already awake. So I started in the dark, now it's getting brighter and brighter. So I'm really curious about the sunrise, the mountains and the views. Anyway, it's like the last meter is going down and then I have to go up quite steep. Reminds me of the Colca Canyon, which I did in Arequipa. And I think it is more than 1,000 meters of elevation. It's steep up and I'm gonna do it all today to reach Coroyacoco, I don't know. The the place where I'm going. I've been practicing Choquequirao. Let's go. 10 kilometers and it's more than 1,000. Yeah, I checked it. It's more or less 1,500 meters of elevation. This thing reminds me of something. The one at the Machu Picchu was better. Always bring your orange or mandarin while you're going for the hike. A little bit of sugar and also liquid for your body. You will need it.
So one of the tips which came by accident is start early, especially for this climb. It is like I'm not in the sun and you can see the sun there is coming through and it's really hot already. Anyway, also another tip is bring enough water. They basically have a few stops and if you usually drink a lot of water, you will not have enough for your half a liter bottle. I have a bottle with a filter, so I just went towards the waterfall, filled it up there and continued. Cold fresh water can't be better. Okay, this is definitely harder than Lactapata. And my legs, oi. So I'm gonna find a place to have breakfast and then I continue. So basically, a little bit out of breath, I'm walking towards the last part and I thought it would be up and down, but because we want to have the viewpoint to the plaza, it's a lot of walking up. If you're walking with Marc Antonio, then it's really tiring. He is pushing. He's 47 years old and he catched up with me. I was like trying to catch up with him as well, but this guy, he's fast. But yeah, he said he likes walking. It's getting him rid of anxiety. So many benefits for walking. But now I'm continuing.
So if you're considering to do the same as I did, then your legs will be so dead. I would recommend you to go from Cochara, then to Malampata, and you can take from Cochara, the first parts you can take by taxi, and from there you go towards Malampata, towards Choquequirao, if I say it right, and then you return, and how you return is up to you. I'm not returned yet, so I can't tell you, but I'm not sure where I'm going to stay. Maybe at the same place where I stayed this night, but I think it's gonna be a little bit sharp to get there on time before it's dark. Choquequirao. I keep on trying this name. One of the benefits is that every sector is available. So if you're doing the Machu Picchu, you're not allowed to go in every sector, or you need to pay for every sector. Here, it's just paying for every freaking sector you want to go in. You can go in. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. There's no one way. Love it. I just wanted to check if I still have color in my face, and apparently I do have color. It's red. Oh, I need lunch. I need to rest. Day 3, walking downwards the first part with my stick. So basically it's walking down for 2.5 hours, and then I have to go up for 3.5, 4 hours, and then I am at the viewpoint and I need to decide if I take a cab back or walking walking back. Anyway, I wanted to share something, and it is like, if you do a return and you compare this with life, it don't has to be the same. So it's ups and downs for me right now, and in the trek, and I know that the way I've been going down is the way I need to go up. But in life, it doesn't have to be the same. So if you went through something really bad, or like a trauma or something, and you're still walking on that path and you're going more down, then you could choose to take another path, to go off the path. It can be really difficult to go off the path. If you're stuck in something right now, then I know it can be really difficult to get off that path. But no, there are other ways. Maybe it doesn't seem like a path, but in the end, you find a shortcut, or you find another path towards something better. But it's you that has to make the step. So make sure to make this step. If this is a sign for you, do it now. Do it today, don't postpone. While having my breakfast, I received good news. I got new shoes from Feet. Because they saw that the shoes were ruined too fast, they are sending me new shoes, and they are arriving today at my parents'. So my parents arrived today. It's a little bit later than I did this trek for the Machu Picchu. I am like 1.5 months later, but I wanted to share you the part about my shoes because look at this, I got new ones. Basically, let me show you. Look at this, horrible. I glued the shoes, they were broken too fast. I emailed the company, which is free, and they sent me new shoes. And the shoes are still in the car, so I will show you a little bit later.
These are the new shoes and they are looking a little bit like socks, and I tried them on and actually they are fitted like socks. I really love the fit and I'm curious how they will walk.
I want to thank the service from Freed because it's really amazing that they sent me new shoes because mine were ruined so fast. I also did the Huayhuas trek, like one of the world's best treks, and it is in Peru. And I did these on my barefoots as well, which are not really comfortable anymore, but that's another video. So if you want to see this, you have to wait a bit longer, but it's going to be on my channel, so that means you need to subscribe, of course.
Choquequirao, I hope I say it correctly, or Machu Picchu. So basically, I think for me, Choquequirao was more intense, but I didn't choose the right way to do the walk. So I would advise you to go from the viewpoint to Marampata, and then you go there for like Choquequirao the next day. You return to Marampata, sleep there, and then walk back. Or either you choose from which I would recommend more, to go towards Choquequirao, then return towards the place where I've been staying the first night, the one with the pool, which is in Chisqua. I am not sure if I say it right. And Machu Picchu, I think the itinerary is different. If you walk there, you meet more people because there are much more tourists. It's 5 days of walking, and the second day, which I did in the second day, you can do that in the first day as well. The second day was a bit more intense because you woke up and then it's only like 90% going down after that, and going down is also a bit heavy for some knees. But yeah, I explained you about my theory about the knee over toe exercises. But anyway, I think if you want to see more of ruins, it's the Machu Picchu for sure. It's much bigger, much more impressive. But if you want to have like quiet time in like the ruins, which no, it's different, the ruins, I would say go to Choquequirao. So it's a really hard choice, but you've seen the videos. I would say the surroundings around Choquequirao are much better than when you do the Salkantay Trek. So you can have this into your decision as well. And yeah, good point, Choquequirao is much cheaper. It depends on the circuit you're taking for Machu Picchu, of course, but yeah, definitely cheaper. But imagine you're going all the way down into the valley towards the river, and then the same way going, or not the same way, the same height going back up. That's Choquequirao. And if you're talking about Machu Picchu, it's going up a little bit first day for 3 hours more or less, and then only down. So that's the biggest difference. But I forgot to add, if you go to Choquequirao, there is also an option to go over the mountain there, and then you can continue to towards Agua Calientes, which leads towards the Machu Picchu. So then the trek is longer, but you have everything at the same time. I think, because I heard people talking about this, it's really nice to do this. If you want to do both, then I would advise you to do this.
Also, I want to offer you my travel workouts or my personal coaching, which is online, for calisthenics and lifestyle. Just get in touch with me. You can find my website, or you can simply Google me or click on the link in the description.